What a difference a Javonte Green makes for the Chicago Bulls. It's more than just that, but Javonte Green checking into this game and right away making his impact felt off ball and just the way that he moves around. Listen, Javonte Green played 9 minutes in the first half and has a plus minus of plus 16 in that time with 5 points. Out to the Javon, but what we got to talk about it though. Javonte Green just made sure that Ernolop Tim is not getting back in the game for the final 10 games of the season. Don't even worry about it. Don't look for it. It's not going to happen. Javonte Green just reminded for anybody who didn't think, like me, that he was ready to play, Ernolop ain't playing no more the rest of the 9 games of the season. Don't even worry about it. It's not going to happen. Javon Carter did play 5 minutes, but he probably ain't going to be playing very many minutes either. Oh, what the difference Javonte Green makes for this team. But when you look at this first half, the Bulls are up by 21 points against the Indiana Pacers, and they're spreading the ball around, right? This is one of the benefits of the Chicago Bulls team when they're playing the right way. 16 assists on 25 baskets. Excellent assist bucket ratio that you love the Chicago Bulls. You got Ayo Dosunmu with 11 points. Nikola Vucevic actually leading the way for the Chicago Bulls. 7 for 11 with 9 rebounds, 2 assists, and 15 points in that time. Kobe White's 3 of 11 with 7 points. Alex Caruso's 3 of 16 for 7 points. And you got Andre Drummond with 6 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals coming off the bench. But hey, this feels like a different Bulls team. Now they are playing a terrible defense in the Indiana Pacers. Let me be clear there. The Pacers are one of the worst defenses in the NBA. But even with that said, the Bulls are playing an excellent brand of basketball right now. And this is the way you like to see the Bulls play. This is the way that you want to see the Bulls play when they're locked in, engaged, and playing the way that we know that this team can play, man. This has been an engaged team. They came out engaged. And while the Pacers put Pascal Siakam on Kobe White to start the game out, which really kept the ball out of Kobe's hands, the Bulls have adjusted really well in this game so far. They're winning the rebounding battle 25-18. Second chance battle was tied 5-5. Bench points winning that 14-10, which is really going good there. The Bulls have an assist to turnover ratio of 5. Only 3 assists to 16. 3 turnovers to 16 assists. It's a great margin to have the assist to turnover ratio. The Indiana Pacers on the other half of that have 6 turnovers and they have 11 assists. So much different scenario there for the Pacers, and that's how the Bulls are really keeping and staying in this game. We're shooting the ball right now 55% from the field, going 25 of 45, and we're shooting the ball 56% from three-point range, 9 of 16, cross-eyed there, 9 of 16 are we from three-point range. So the Bulls aren't taking up a whole hell of a lot of threes, but they're hitting them at a good rate. The Pacers are 6 for 19 from the three-point line right now. So the Bulls are taking care of the business, winning the energy battles, playing the way that we know that they can play and they need to play. And you're getting a much different game from the Chicago Bulls because that's happening. And that's what you want to see from this team. Love to see it. Really love to see it. Let's see how you guys are feeling about it. Javonte didn't skip a beat after being out for so long. This man is incredible. Will he be our Patrick Beverley type effect to close the season? Possibly. Definitely possibly. Javonte and Caruso said, no more scoring for you. That's a disruptive combo. Amazing. Listen, and it's been, we haven't seen it this whole season, right? Because Javonte wasn't on the roster, but this is what Javonte, Alex Caruso, and now Andre Drummond as well. When you have those 3 players out there, you get out in transition because of the defense that you're playing, and you get easier buckets on the offense, which is helping you keep a better offensive, a better overall net rating. So those are the type of things. That's why role players matter, right? And, you know, I was hoping that that Torrey Craig, Javon Carter were going to have a big impact as far as role players for the Chicago Bulls. But Javonte Green, Alex Caruso, Andre Drummond, they're showing that, right? When you have really good role players that understand their role, it does wonders for you. So, you know, let's hope that this keeps up. The Bulls cannot let off right now at all. When you look at the minutes with Javonte Green out there, just for example, when the 8 minutes and 55 seconds that Javonte's played, the Bulls have a plus minus of +6. They have a net rating of 90.4. They have an offensive rating of 152 and a defensive rating of 62. Keep in mind, the lower number is better with defensive rating. The league average defensive rating is a 110. The Bulls with Javonte Green on the court are having a defensive rating of 62 right now in this game. That's astonishing. So, that's an important thing that you're looking at, man. And it's just so important right now. And then when you look at the minutes, let's factor in that. I want to look at the lineups with Vooch. I'm sorry, with Caruso and Javonte Green. So we played 7 minutes and 22 seconds of Javonte Green and Alex Caruso out there together. The Bulls have a net rating of 102 in that time and a defensive rating of 69. That's crazy. That's the level of impact that Caruso and Javonte, with how disruptive their defense is, that's what type of impact they're having with the Chicago Bulls. We got 205 people in a halftime hangout. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button over on the YouTube channel as well. Support the channel, but that's crazy. That's crazy. Sydney, Javonte Green is him. I bet Acme's punching the air right now. I'm so curious what his plus minus is right now. I just gave that. He makes such a special impact on the court. Resign this man. Listen, it's crazy. Javonte Green is having such a big impact for the Chicago Bulls right now, man. It's crazy. Dan, we haven't seen him play this fluid in a long ass time. And that's why the Bulls defense, I know, and I harping on it a lot in the pre-recorded videos. I talk a lot about how the Bulls need to set the defensive tone early, because that's what helps the Bulls offense be more efficient, considering we're not a high volume 3-point shooting team. When you lock in and you play that brand of defense, it gets you easier offense. It makes everything easier on you and for you. And so that's why it's important that the Bulls be locked in defensively. And you're seeing the impact of that now. You're seeing the impact of it. Great. So can Batum take Leroy's spot? I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I feel sorry for the Bulls fans who stopped watching after last game. They should have known better. This team is too unpredictable. Hey, I told you guys. Bro, the Bulls might have took some good pre-workout the way they playing. They're locked in right now. The Bulls are really locked in right now. They have to keep it up. We've seen the Bulls have big leads only to see them go away in the second half of the games. Let's see how the Chicago Bulls stay locked in the second half of this game, because if they come out in the third quarter and play with this brand of energy that we saw about halfway through the first quarter and in the second quarter, they have the chance to really, increase that lead. So the Bulls really got to stay locked in this. You cannot let this 20-point lead go to your heads. You got to come in here and realize you got to keep your foot on the neck of the Indiana Pacers. You cannot let them breathe, because if you let them breathe and they get out to a run offensively, it's going to be really bad for you. So you want to keep those things locked in. How many wake-up calls does this team need to play to their potential? It's so frustrating. A better coach would probably do it, but that's the story for another day. Vooch looks like a completely different person on the floor. Hey, listen, do not be surprised that Vooch is playing better, because listen, I'm sure Vooch has seen the criticisms about his game, right? He's not blind-eyed to that, and I'm sure that he's judging himself hard as well. Could you imagine watching tape? If you have any type of pride as a player and you got to watch tape on yourself and see how Vooch has played the last couple of games, it's crazy. Absolute travesty that it's Leroy with guaranteed contract and Green with the 10-day. Man, I mean, listen, the thing is, though, and I want to go back to this comment. I'll get to you in a second, DJ. But keep in mind, Javonte Green was hurt this offseason. He would have not have been ready to go. I think if Javonte Green was healthy, fully healthy at the end of last season, I don't know if they would have brought back. Now, maybe they wouldn't have signed Torrey Craig. Maybe they still would have, because they needed some size. But I do think that Javonte would have still been here had he been fully healthy. He wasn't fully healthy, and the Bulls had other young players they wanted to have on that two-way contract. The Golden State Warriors signed Javonte to that two-way. He was able to rehab in their G League system, and then he came back home. I don't think that opportunity was there for the Bulls, because they knew they wanted to sign OB to a two-way. They knew that they needed that they wanted to have at that time Justin Lewis on a two-way. They had Adama Sanogo. Those were really young players, and they were trying to use that G League system to develop young players. So that's why, if the Bulls wouldn't have had those young players on that two-way, I think you would either seen Javonte on that two-way to start, or you would have seen him signed outright if he was fully healthy. Green is back. Alex, Green is the black Alex. This team should be the best defensive team with him and Alex and Craig. And you add in Andre Drummond to that. That's a nice defensive lineup, brother. I know, I know we Bulls game, but I just saw a vid of Steph Curry crying because Draymond got ejected. Listen, I don't think he was crying because Dre got ejected, but I think you got to realize that those guys have been together for a decade at this point. And I think that Steph, they see what's happening with Dre. Dre is on his way out, man. And it sucks. It sucks. Like the fall off skill wise from Draymond Green is starting just he's turned into a crotchety. Oh, he's the basketball version of get off my yard, right? And it sucks, man. It sucks. Do the Bulls actually have the space to sign Javonte to a contract? Would it be prorated or something? We actually don't have the open roster spot. So if they are going to end up converting Javonte, well, keep in mind, as long as we have 3 players out, we have that provisional roster spot. That's how we were able to sign him. Now, once that goes away, if Julian Phillips is healthy at the end of this week, which would be on that initial timeline they gave, then they would have to probably waive Terry Taylor to make space for Javonte Green, which to me, I wouldn't mind doing. I mean, listen, I know Terry Taylor is young. I still think Terry Taylor's only 24 years old, but you see this impact Javonte's having? It's hard to ignore that. It's Seaway's World says the ball movement is impeccable. I love to see the hustle and high IQ basketball. It's insane how we are 2 different teams depending on the night. Exactly. And we're moving. And again, Javonte Green, what does he do? Move without the basketball. Now you have 2 players in Alex Caruso and Javonte Green that are moving without the basketball. Javonte Green, basically all his minutes except 1 minute and 30 seconds have been out there on the floor with Caruso. That is helping the spacing. That's helping the activity. It's helping the defense. And that's why you're seeing them have the impact that they are. By the way, y'all, hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel. We are about 70 subscribers away from being at 17,700 subs. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button as well. Haize, I know we disagree on Ion Kobe's chemistry, but besides winning, what do you want to see from this team for the remainder of the season? I mean, just play hard. At this point, it's just play hard. I'm not going to it's 9 games after this game. Just play hard. The Javon Carter contract looks so bad now. Hope they trade him along with Zach. I mean, the thing is that would make pairing him with Zach LaVine would make it over $50 million that a team would have to absorb. And a match, but they have to match at least. Maybe they can absorb some of it, but we'll see. We'll see. JK says, rain or shine, I'm going to watch my Chicago Bulls. I completely feel you on that one, brother. Same. I bet Caruso loves the help he's getting with Javonte. Yeah, listen, and that's the benefit as well at bringing Javonte in here is that he has chemistry with these guys, most of these guys already. Javonte came in the game and made an immediate impact on the first play, immediate impact. Vooch had to watch tape where he saw everyone outworking him last week. He had to. I mean, I hope that, and if he did, hats off to him. Hopefully that's a wake-up call that he needs. Keep on it, brother. Haize, if Javonte was healthy last summer, the Bulls would not sign Taylor. Probably right on that one. Absolutely probably right on that one. Felt like wrapping me in my car around a tree. Whoa. Well, Julio, don't do that, bro. What? Don't do that, man. Okay. Yeah, are you good, bro? If you need to reach out to me, bro. Like, you don't go through that alone, man. For real, don't do that. Could the Bulls send Taylor to the G League and keep Javonte on the roster? No, that's not. I mean, sending them to the G League, it doesn't stop his roster spot, right? So that doesn't open up a roster spot. So they would have to still waive his contract. Get rid of Terry, Javonte all day. He's a dog. Javonte, who hasn't played a meaningful basketball all year, making an impact. That's wild. Yeah. I think Zoe Carter trade package is more likely than the Zach Carter trade package. That's a good point, Reginald. That's a good point. But yeah, Deanna, everybody, listen, Julio, we all love you here, bro. We all love you. See that love you getting here, brother? Julio, hey man, you're loved, bro. You are definitely loved here, man. That's what we always say, that we're a family here. We're a family, man. Like don't talk crazy about yourself like that, brother. Shay, you would make a corny joke like this. You want to fuck with the woo. That's funny. That's hilarious. But all right, y'all, we're going to go ahead and get ready to wrap up the halftime hangout. Make sure you guys are back for the post-game show. Hit that subscribe button. By the way, we are a little bit away from being at 17,700 subs, on our way to 20K subs. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. I love you guys. Let's get this dub. Let's hope the Bulls stay locked in. Go Bulls. Love you guys. See red, y'all.